Hi Heather, this is Colleen and I'm giving you some comments via video. See, it's a screen capture so I can work on your paper and talk to you about it at the same time. Pretty cool. All right, first things first, I always take a quick look at your APA. You don't have any level 1 or level 2 headings, which you really should. I mean, you don't have to, but this paper lends itself perfectly to do that. I would suggest having those in there. Like here you're talking about ethos, so I would have ethos here as a level 1 heading. And then when you talk about emotions, I would put pathos here as a level 1 heading. You know, so it would look like this, bold in the center and in bold, pathos. And the same thing for when you start talking about ethos. And I assume that what's coming next then would be logos. And those level 1 headings would be in bold. Also, your paper is over half a page short, and I'm going to help you get that length in there by giving you some advice on some things to put in your paper. I'm not sure why you have another outside source because I didn't ask for anything else. All you really needed was Friedman's. Here you're quoting Friedman, but you don't give the date. It's imperative in APA that you give the date. So another example where Friedman, when you're getting ready to give us something you need to like either paraphrase or quote, we need to have that date there, and then that's fine. Again, here you just have besides the previous statement, she also writes blah, 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 blah. So here we're going to need Friedman, comma, 2006, comma, page 747. So these are the things you need to put in there. Let me take another look. I don't know why the references look this funky. It's probably because you did an automatic something with Word. Please don't do that. Word can sometimes really screw up your APA formatting. This is not in Times New Roman 12-point font. The whole thing needs to be in Times New Roman 12-point font. Nothing in blue. Reference should be in the center, not bolded, same size as everything else. So it should. What am I doing? Why am I tapping? Should be center. Oops. References. And then you'd come over here and go hanging to do the hanging indent. And then Friedman, comma, A.L. 2006, period. Then you'd have this payment for living organ donation just like you have it here. And then after, and it's true that BMJ would be, or you could British Medical Journal, italicized, but so would the volume, which was 333. And then you take that italicizing off, and then it's another comma, and then it's the page numbers. And then you have to give the DOI, because you don't even give me where it doesn't say retrieved from or anything on there. But it has a DOI. It has a digital object identifier. It's on the last page. Oh, I hate that it keeps wanting to automatically. And so it's DOI : no space at all, and then give that digital object identifier. That's what your reference page should look like. This will be unacceptable, and other faculty members you'll lose a ton of points for this. So make sure that you don't do this anymore, okay? So that's just some of the really, really basic things. Now let's look at the paper itself. The paper itself. Would you be more inclined to do oh, no. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. This is an analytical paper. This is not a persuasive paper. This is you analyzing it. Emil Friedman successfully persuaded her audience that payments for living organ donations should be legalized through use of rhetorical strategy. The following examples will prove. Oh, no, no. The following examples will prove. This is like saying, in my paper, I'm going to explain. Do not narrate your paper. Mm-mm. You need to, just like I don't want people to list everything they're going to talk about in their thesis statement, instead use like an umbrella term like rhetorical strategies instead of listing ethos, logos, pathos, etc. You also want to avoid doing this. Amy Friedman uses the rhetorical strategies to her benefit to persuade her audience to believe and agree that payments for a living organization should be legalized. But you already said that to me. You said that she successfully persuaded her audience of this. So all of this is redundant. What I do need to know is, oops, why is it not? There we go. What I do need to know is where, how does she persuade her audience? You need to tell me that she wrote the article, give me the title of the article, tell me where it was published, when it was published. That needs to go in here. The rest of that needs to come out. Okay, ethos. Now, you need to tab in the beginning of a paragraph. One of the many rhetorical strategies that Amy Friedman, nope. Once you introduce her as Amy L. Friedman, from there on in, you just refer to her as Friedman. So take out all those other Amy's. Friedman uses to persuade her audience is her use of ethos. According to the article, Friedman's background is an associate professor of surgery. Okay, this needs to come out. We don't know this. This is not in the article, so you can't talk about it. Your paper is only what is in that article. How does Friedman present her argument in order to persuade her audience? That's it. Okay, this needs to come out too. Through Friedman's word choices in her article as part of her article, an audience will see them as realization that she is highly educated. Through Friedman's word choices in her article as part of her, an audience will see them as will see what is realization. Her credentials. Word choice is not has nothing to do with her credentials. I think you're getting some things mixed up. Some of her word choices are tangible and equitable. Okay, when you're talking about words as words instead of using them as words, you need to have this around them. But this has nothing to do with ethos. So again, all that's got to come out. Okay, and you're like, well, now there's a whole lot missing. These are, according to the article, Friedman's background is an associate professor of surgery, blah, 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 blah. What you need to be doing is say, in the article, Friedman provides her credentials, which are, and then give those credentials. Where are they provided? They're provided right before, they're in the margin, right before the very first paragraph. Why are they in that location? What impact does that have on her audience, and how does it help persuade her audience? That's what I'm looking for in this paper. Go to Unit 1, Paper 1, grade sheet for Paper 1, and there's a section in there that talks about exactly what it is I'm looking for in this paper. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, on the grade sheet it says, you need to explain and support the following. How each example of a writing technique you give is an example of that particular technique. How why Friedman uses it. How does it affect the audience? How does this affect, help, or hinder Friedman in accomplishing her goal? Those things need to be done for every example you give in every paragraph. So go back and take a look at that. Another way Friedman uses either the topic is that is our argument good. Friedman presents some of the risks associated with being a strict mother, which would mean that. Okay, and then I would say, okay, now you've identified the example. How wide does Friedman use it? How does it affect the audience? How does this affect, help, or hinder Friedman accomplishing her goal? So I'm going to be probably asking that for every single one of these paragraphs. Be careful. You've already said that she does an excellent job using all these things, so let's keep it concise. How is this really? I would not use this as what you went to talk about pathos. There's so many better things to talk about. The photo how she makes them feel guilty. There's a whole lot for pathos that you can talk about. I would go back and take a look at the PowerPoint that I provided with all the videos in it explaining how she uses all the different strategies in her article. Please go back and look at that, because I'm not sure if you're not understanding the article or if you're not understanding the strategies, or a little bit of both. Hopefully that will explain it. Please look at that again. Go to the comments, the grade sheet for paper 1, and look at that section that says you need to explain and support the following, and it lists those 4 things. All of that needs to be in every paragraph, and that's really the analysis part. Those, why does Friedman use it? How does it affect the audience? How does this affect, help, or hinder Friedman in accomplishing her goal? That's the analysis. That's the deeper writing. That's what's going to give you all the length in your paper. So if you have questions, let me know, but those are my comments.